Tuesday night's CONMEBOL World Cup qualifying match between Brazil and Argentina at Maracanã Stadium was postponed for nearly 30 minutes due to altercations between Rio de Janeiro police and spectators. Nicolas Otamendi's goal in the second half gave Argentina the lead and ended Brazil's hopes of qualifying for the World Cup at home with a 1-0 victory. Into the match, Brazil had a 5-1, 1-3-0 record in 64 such games. During the playing of the national anthems, there was fighting between locals and Argentinian fans, which prompted the Brazilian police to charge the visiting contingent with batons. In response, spectators threw seats at the officers and tore them apart. As the fighting got closer, fans in the area became frightened and fled onto the field. Stretchers were used to remove at least one injured spectator from the stadium. Before Lionel Messi led the spectators back to the dressing room, Argentina players asked them to remain calm. Emiliano Martinez, the goalkeeper for Argentina, hurried to a rail in front of his team's supporters and begged the police to put an end to the fighting. Argentina informed their rivals in Brazil that they would not take the field again until everything had calmed down. 22 minutes later, they were back in the changing room, warming up for an additional 3 minutes before the game began. Argentina supporters cheered as the game got underway, surrounded by dozens of policemen, and faced even more security on the field. Around the section with seating for approximately 3,000 fans, police gathered. The match's 69,000 tickets were all sold out. Before the fight broke out, Messi was booed and cheered by Brazil supporters, who later chanted against him when he returned to the field. While they awaited the return of the Argentina team, the players from Brazil stayed on the field to warm up. Numerous Brazilian supporters warmed up to the Argentine star prior to the match, with several kids donning Messi's former Barcelona and Inter Miami jerseys. South American World Cup qualifying is led by Argentina, who have 12 points from 5 games. Brazil is currently ranked 5th. 10 teams competed in a round-robin format, with both teams losing their prior matches. In a tense World Cup qualifying match between Argentina and Brazil, which was postponed for 30 minutes on Tuesday due to police fan altercations at Maracanã Stadium, Nicolas Otamendi scored a spectacular header to give his country the lead. After starting the game 5-1, 1-3-0 in 64 World Cup qualifying matches, it was Brazil's first ever home loss. Argentina's only shot on goal came from a corner by Giovanni Lo Celso, which Brazil's defender Otamendi scored from in the 63rd minute. In the 82nd minute, midfielder Joelinton was sent off for a collision with Rodrigo de Paul, adding to Brazil's misery. As Brazil entered the game having lost 2 games in a row in World Cup qualifying for the first time ever, the world champions handed their fiercest rivals their 3rd straight loss. Lionel Messi began what was probably his final game in Brazil, but the Brazilian fans mixed laughter and cheers when he was replaced in the 78th minute. At the Maracanã, however, the 8-time Ballon d'Or winner was unable to break through one of his final obstacles in the sport, as he has now failed to score in each of his 5 World Cup qualifying matches against Brazil. Argentina is leading the standings with 15 points, followed by Brazil in 6th place, 8 points behind, and the final spot that guarantees a spot in the 2026 finals.